Hello, guys. It's your girl, Steph Perez, and welcome to our Sunday night live stream. For those that were waiting, I'm sorry I'm a little bit late. Like, I seriously need a life manager. I was just bebopping along, and I sat down, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's 9:05. So welcome, guys. Oh, I did not intentionally mean to be late. I think I might have even had it set for 9:05 tonight. I don't know. I think I do that all the time now just to make sure I cover my bases. But welcome. If you're live, say hello. Would love to say hello back to you. So tonight we're going to talk about the fact that there is a faster way to online business success. All right. So if you have a notebook, definitely go ahead and crack that baby open and grab a pen because we are going to dive in. All right. Super excited. So just a little bit of housekeeping before we actually dive in. Tomorrow I kick off my private mentorship. All right. So if you are a part of the roadmap, right, my turnkey system, or you want to get in so you can participate in this. All right. The link is up in the live chat. It's pinned. But you can actually click there or click down below in the description to go ahead and come in, right? Join us in the turnkey system. And then from tomorrow, which is October 9th, all the way through the end of October, I will be offering live private mentorship, and it's one-on-one. So I have quite a few people, and I'm so doggone excited. And each and every one of you, and anyone else that decides to come on board, right, you are going to, and if you have to just let me know, right? You have to let me know. So just email me, say, put me in, right? And I will make sure. I'm waiting till tonight to send out everything. But every single person is going to get one-on-one access to me every single day from the 9th all the way through the end of October. All right. So I'm so stinking excited about this. Like, my heart is just so full with wanting to help more people truly get this and get started really fast, and then get themselves in the way of actually cash flowing. So that's my intention behind actually doing this. I tried to avoid doing this. It was put on my heart to do. And I said, there's no way that I'm going to do that for free. And then it kept coming back to me. And so I just believe that it's what I'm supposed to do right now. And so I am very excited about this. So tonight we are going to talk about the faster way to online business success. Hello, everyone that's out there. And I want to start off by actually sharing this. All right. I, for a fact, know, in my 16 years of doing what I do online as an online business builder and mentor, someone who got started, I was working full-time as a nurse when I got started. My kiddos were very little at the time. My husband was going through nursing school as I was wrapping things up. And I had already began working as a nurse when I came online because I got the entrepreneurial itch again. And I started looking for a way to have a business. I didn't want to do MLM and network marketing. Had already tried my hand at that. I didn't want to build a business that caused me to be away from home. I really wanted a home-based business. And so I started looking online. And this direction, right, in a very short period of time allowed me to get started, allowed me to make a bunch of sales in a very short period of time, allowed me to make a bunch of money in a very short span of time, allowed me to be able to replace my nursing income, go on to, build a 6-figure a year business for myself. And now I love helping other people be able to do the same. But the one thing I love so much about my 16 years of experience, much like most things in life, is I'm so glad I had the experiences that I had, because it's allowing me to be a much better mentor and a guide to those that want to really get started on this journey, and in a way that's going to allow them to get started faster and not have to go through so much of what I went through when I was getting started. So that's what gets me really excited about what I do now inside of my business. And so I know that there is a faster way to build a really solid foundation for yourself. I shared this earlier in an email, and it's like every time I think about this, I get choked up. Tomorrow night during my coaching group, right, I'm going to be talking about like how to actually grow a business that you really love, and how to know that you're doing the thing that you really, want to do, and not the thing that you feel like you have to do. And this year, the past 2 years, 2.5, almost 3 years, has taught me a lot. And one of those things is, no one says that you have to build a business based upon an area of expertise. Meaning, I've discovered, and I did a video about this some time ago, where I talked about, professionally, people will do things And they will actually walk away from those professions or want to leave those professions because they're no longer fulfilled. And because they're an expert or it's their area of expertise, right? They have experience there, right? They hated it then as a job, right? But then they'll want to bring it in as a business. And I always tell them, like, just because you are your own boss doesn't mean you're going to love it anymore. Like when you decide to become an entrepreneur, it's kind of like you get to say, I'm starting all over. It's kind of like you get to actually give yourself like a blank book, right? And say, like, I am writing my entrepreneurial journey. I'm rewriting this whole thing, right? And I don't have to start from an area of expertise. And I say that because for the past 2.5 years or so, that's where I focused a lot, was helping women learn how to turn their knowledge, their passions, and their skills right into a business. And what I saw happen far too often, right? They struggled with actually being able to do that. It was not a fast route, right? For a lot of women, right? And I saw them invest thousands of dollars, right? To learn how to do this. And for one reason or another, and I will honestly say no fault of my own, right? Because I always show up. I do what I do. The information's there. I don't miss my calls. Like I'm always there, right? But for some reason, right? A majority of these women, right, or I should say a majority, but some of these women, right, were not able to turn what they wanted to do into a business. And that breaks my heart. Like literally, every time I talk about it, which is why I don't like to talk about it out loud, because I want to cry. It breaks my heart, right? Because we don't just have money to throw away, and we certainly don't have time just to waste. And so when I knew that I wanted to give myself a different direction, I was so glad that I found what it was that I found, because I'm like, wow, like I can really help people get a faster start and still be able to leverage the power of digital products without having to create a digital product of their own. And please write this down. What I love about it, it's like really a stepping stone, because I have nothing against creating your own digital products. I have an entire library of digital products that I've created that have helped hundreds and hundreds of people. I can show you my back office, right? Have helped a lot of people. I have a lot of testimonies of people that have been able to start consulting businesses, start coaching businesses, begin making money, all of these individual things. So I love product creation because I love ownership. I love knowing that I can own, right, my business versus relying upon, someone to be there to support my business. So what I love about what we offer here is the fact that it's a fantastic way to get started. Right? You learn the digital marketing and the online business skills that every single person online needs to know, regardless what you want to sell. And you can get started with a digital product that can make you $500, right? Without having to create it yourself. So you literally can get started and set up in business so stinking fast. And what I love about that is it helps you build your confidence. I can't forget that in my first 30 days online when I made 28 sales. When I made my first sale after only being online 3 days, knowing nothing about the business of online business, I was like popping my collar because I was like, I can do this, right? And that's where I started saying mantras like, if I can do one sale, I can do hundreds of sales. If I can generate one lead, I can generate hundreds and thousands of leads. If I can make $5, I can make 500,000, right? Like that's where I got all of that stuff from, because that's what I would tell myself back then. But I know how important having those confidence builders were to my success, right? And so for me right now, I am so locked in on helping more people understand that you can get set up really, really fast, faster, right, than the majority of people that are out there. And you can begin building your audience, and you can begin building your email list, and you can begin making sales, and you can begin earning in a really, really significant way, right? While you are learning the art of digital marketing, while you are learning the business of online business, like while you are actually reaching levels of mastery. And then let's say through all of this learning and all of this experience, right, you decide that there is actually a passion on your heart that you actually want to turn into a digital product, right, or into an online offer. Guess what? You actually will have the schooling, you'll have the education, right, to actually help you in doing that. So when you guys look at my blueprint, right, my daily cash guide, that's an example of me taking, right, 16 years of experience, packaging it into a blueprint and then turning that into an opportunity where other people can actually sell as their own. That's what happens, right? When you actually learn the business of online business, right? And you decide to take action and you begin to gain your skills. There's a lot that you can actually do, right? And I don't think we talk about that enough, but I love that this is like a launch pad for people, right? Where you can actually get started and you get to have this forever, right? Like you get to have access to all of this forever. You get to download it and have it on your own computer forever, right? So it's like one of those income streams where it can help you in getting started, right? It can take you to six figures if that's what you want. You can continue selling it, or you can decide that, you know what, based upon everything that I learned, like I really have a passion to actually veer off and start doing something else. And then guess what? You can do that. Why? Because you have the knowledge, because you have the skills, right? Because you understand how all of this works and you can actually begin to do it successfully. So I'm telling you, like, there really, really is a faster way. There really, really is. All right. And for me, I've always been a believer in, like, you want to position yourself to earn like a great deal per transaction. The average person is not going to have the audience size when they're getting started to make sizable income off of smaller ticketed products. I'm not going to talk deep about that, but that's the reality. That is just the reality. All right. I remember I was having this conversation with one of my, again, I'm telling you guys, like when you know what goes on in this industry, you can make better decisions. I was having this conversation with one of my biz besties a while back, and we were talking about the pricing. We had modeled a program, right, that we were charging $250 a month for. Both of us were doing the same thing, and we both were charging $250 a month. But we modeled that from a mentor that we were following at the time. This mentor, though, had a lot bigger audience, way more influential, all the things, right? And she had priced hers at $250 as well. So we modeled her program and the price point. And I remember, right, my biz bestie messaged me one day and she said, you know what, it just hit me. I'm going to actually raise my price. She said, because I can't stay, I'm not going to be able to keep this program afloat because I don't have like the massive audience that this person has to be able to offer it at $250 and to make it make sense. She's like, so I'm going to have to increase it. See, it's like little things like that y'all don't hear people talk about in the industry, right? Like we just tell ourselves, oh, because something is lower cost, I'm just going to be able to sell a ton of them. You still need an audience. You still need some level of influence with them. You still need some level of likability. You still need some level of trust with them. And all I can tell you, no matter how many times I say it, y'all going to get so sick of me saying this, right? But it's the same energy. If I was only selling the blueprint, my energy would not be different. When I sold that $5 ebook when I was first getting started, right? My energy was what my energy was. I didn't have a different energy. So I wish somebody would have come along and told me, well, they did, right? But I wasn't ready to receive it. Just like maybe some of y'all aren't ready to receive it, right? So there is a faster way. We just have to opt. And for anyone, because I've had conversations, right? Or partial conversations, right? With people that, you know, and some have been full-blown conversations because they've allowed me to have the conversations with them where they're like, this is hard. I don't think I can do this. Well, because unfortunately, you are taking a harder road. There are some paths that are harder, right? Like we blew $30,000 on trying to get started with Amazon a couple of years ago. That was a really, really hard path for us, right? You have to go out there and you have to pick a product. You got to research it. You got to find, you know, these companies, and then you got to figure out how you're going to rebrand it. And then, you know, you got to get it listed, and you got to learn, you know, keywords and search engine optimization. And then, you know, but if you really want to be successful, you want to hire someone. I was like, and I didn't have a passion for that. Neither did my husband. Like, would someone agree? Like, that's clearly a harder path than a lot of other things that we can all choose to do, right? To begin making money and grow an online business, right? Deciding that you have this area of expertise and you've never made a dime online before, but you want to take this area of expertise and you want to turn it into an ebook. But yet if I say, go to Google Docs, type it out, turn that into a PDF, you're like, wait a second, you lost me. Do you see how you're at such a disadvantage? Like some of the most basic things, we're stopping people. I'm like, You don't know how to turn a doc into a PDF. And I don't mean that condescending, but it reminded me like, wow, like some people, this is not the way they should be getting started, right? This is not the way they should be getting started. And so as I go back to how I got started in 2007, right? Clearly different times, right? But I also have to understand that I owe so much to the fact where all I had to do was show up every single day on YouTube and just talk, because I had to think that I could sell, and I didn't have to think about what I was going to create. I didn't have to do any kind of research. I didn't have to learn anything techie at that time. I just got out there and I just began to tell people that they needed this, right? And to do all the things that y'all have heard me tell you to do. If you have the blueprint, right, on page number 3, that is exactly how I got started in 2007. If you don't have the blueprint, go to dailycashguide.com and get the blueprint. Go to page number 3. That is exactly how I got started. And that is how every single person could be getting started today, right? Whether it's selling the $100 blueprint or whether it's selling the $500 roadmap. It's the exact same thing. And I was just relentless in it. And then along the way, I learned tech and all those individual things, right? Because I knew that I was making the internet like my way of life. So I knew I had to learn those things. All right. So that was my advantage then. Now there are a lot of people that have been playing around on the net even prior to having a business, right? So creating and whipping together a quick ebook, or, creating a stand store, or creating these things can be really simple for them because, they're not Gen Xers, right? They're millennials and younger. And so the likelihood is like they've been playing around on the net, like in high school and in middle school, doing all kinds of stuff. Right? Like I look at my daughter, right? Everything she went through in school, she was playing around the net, creating websites and all kinds of stuff as a part of her high school curricular, right? I think even in middle school, right? So a lot of times we look at that and we're like, but they came online and they put together a digital product, but they've already been playing around in the space. They already know how to do this, right? And so a lot of times we don't take little things like that into consideration, and they really should be taken into consideration because they do play a role, right? They really do play a role. But what I want to talk about tonight, right, is really how you can get started faster. And I'm going to share 3 important things. These 3 things are literally, if I could share every conversation that I've had with someone that was like, I think I'm going to quit, it's because of one of these 3 things, right? With some people, it varies which one it is, but it's either one or a combination of these 3 things. Ironically, it's also these 3 things, right, that you need to help you get a fast start. All right. So number 1, you got to have a simple system and you got to get it set up. You've got to have a simple system, right? And you got to get it set up. All right. What is your simple system? All right. Your simple system should allow you to capture leads. It should allow you to present what it is that you're selling as in a sales page. It should allow them to buy directly from you, whatever it is they're going to buy. And it should offer fulfillment at the end of that as well. All right. A very, very simple system. Okay. The purpose of your simple system is to work with you, to collaborate with you, so that on a daily basis, when you are doing other things in your business, which we'll talk about in just a moment, this simple system can essentially do all of the heavy lifting for you. All right. So some of you guys have heard my story where in 2013, right, I had a major explosion in my business after hitting a really, really, low time in my business and also my life. And I invested $147 and I said, Steph, turn it on. You know what to do. And I spent a day putting together my system, right? My capture page, my presentation page, which was nothing more than the owner giving the presentation. Because I said, I'm not going to make it fancy. It needs to be what it is going to be. Capture page, the owner giving the presentation, and then the page where someone can sign up and buy. And then on the back end of that, right, was a series of emails that they would actually receive for a few days, right, once they opted in. And this is exactly what I said. You can't forget some of these things on your journey. I said, Steph, you're going to create this system and you're going to leave it alone. And I didn't mess with that system until my second month in, when I had hit over $17,000. And then I just simply went in and I changed the headline, right? Appropriate, right? I changed the headline on my capture page. something to the effect of like, learn how one simple system earned me $17,546 in 60 days, something to that effect, right? But that was appropriate. But I remember telling myself, you're going to set it up, you're not going to touch it. You guys, there is no money in living in the creative zone. Okay? There is no money in the weeds. So you want to get your system set up, and that's it. It's done. It's functional to do everything you need it to do, to build your email list, to communicate the offer that's being offered to them and sold, the ability for them to take action and buy, right? And then the fulfillment, so that even if they buy at 3 o'clock in the morning, right, they can get access to what it is that they buy in most instances. All right. So number one is simple system. Again, when I hear people say they want to quit, it's because they have struggled with learning, right, how to set up very simple systems, how to set up a capture page, how to set up a sales page, how to communicate, right, their offer on the sales page, how to use payment processors like PayPal and Stripe, right? And of course, if you're going to have something to offer, right, you got to have something to offer. So that's where they're struggling as well, right? So number one, all you need is a simple system, all right? A very, very simple system. And with what we offer, you get that. You get that without having to wonder how to set it up, right? We give you the instructions. We give you the funnels. We give you the templates. We give you the over-the-shoulder training to help you personalize every single page in that, right? I give you your welcome email sequence, right? That you can instantly add to your autoresponder, right? And just edit it to make it your own. Okay. And I'm great at copywriting. If y'all are on my email list, you already know I'm great at copywriting. So a welcome email sequence allows you not to have to start from scratch and to be able to leverage, right, a 16-year copywriter, right, that makes a lot of money because of the words that she uses in her business. All right. So you can grab that welcome email sequence, edit it, make it your own, and use it to make you sales as people are opting into your system. All right. Number two. Okay, you need to have a simple product in high demand that you can talk about, share, and sell daily. All right, that you can talk about, share, and sell daily. For those of you guys that are going to be working with me from tomorrow through the end of the month in mentorship, this is an area where I'm going to be helping you with a lot depending upon where you are. When you get my email telling you how to access your mentorship, you'll understand. Most people are not good at this, right? They're just not. It takes time. I wasn't necessarily good at it. I was good at things, but I've gotten better over the years. All right. You want one simple product. Okay. You don't need a library of products or a system, right? One simple product or a system. All right. That is high in demand, meaning it's going to allow you to get a faster start because there is already an established audience that is very aware of digital marketing. They are very aware of courses. They're very aware of online business jargon and phrases and words. And there are so many people out there that have the desire to want to learn digital marketing or get into digital marketing or learn the business of online business. There are so many people that are out there failing, looking for a better answer, looking for a better solution. So it's kind of like your product that you're selling is not dependent upon your brand. Write that down. The product that you're selling is not dependent on your brand. That's the problem or the issue for a lot of people that are trying to take like a coaching or a consulting approach to their business, and their brand is not recognized out there, right? They don't already have an audience because now they're fighting two battles, right? They're trying to make sure, right, that their product is something that other people want. And oftentimes people have challenges with their own confidence with, are people even going to want this? So if you're already struggling with that, right, how are you going to really show up talking boldly about what you have to offer to attract people? And now what you're selling actually does depend upon your brand, right? Because it actually is from you. It's something you created, right? And all of it's untested. The product is untested, right? You are untested. This is not to discourage anyone that wants to go into this direction, but it's worth noting. And I'm not saying this to sell you. I'm saying this to you because it's the truth. All right. I'm saying this to you because it is the truth. All right. And so with number two, you want to have a simple product in high demand. All right. That you can talk about. This is why it's so important. Right. And I do think there should be an element of you loving it. You believe in that everyone should have it. knowing how it helps people, knowing how people are better. Like you should have an overall affinity, right, for what it is that you are offering and know why you're offering it. You should feel like you can just talk on and on and on about it, like with no problem, right? If you can do that, right, you're going to stand a higher likelihood or greater opportunity of having success, right? Because that's exactly what people are looking for. They're looking for people that really love what it is that they're selling, that they're convicted. They don't want to feel like you're just showing up on a script, like you're reading a script. I don't want someone reading a script. I don't want someone that doesn't sound passionate about what they're selling. I don't even care if you're brand new, right? Like I want to know that you love what it is that you're selling and you believe that I should have it and I'm foolish for not having it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's the stuff that I like plugging into, because anything short of that, and I might as well be reading a Facebook ad. I hate ads. I absolutely hate ads because I don't feel like they're genuine. Right? I love genuine and transparency and just, open, raw, scrappy marketing messages. Because I'm like, if someone is just willing to show up and like be them and talk, it means they must be passionate about what it is that they do. Like that's how I established my style, was based upon what I discovered that I liked over the years. All right. So again, where a lot of people struggle is either they are trying to fit into a mold that wasn't designed for them when it comes to a product. They get involved because of a comp plan, or they get involved because it's launch time or whatever. Like they just get involved for all the wrong reasons, or they decide to create for all the wrong reasons. And they totally lack passion and desire and interest with getting out there and talking about it every single day. All right. So number 2, you got to have a simple product, high in demand, that you can talk about, share, and sell every single day. All right. Are you in business, right, to create and research, or are you in business to earn? Are you in business to sell? Are you in business to actually make money? All right. So one of the traps I found myself in when I was doing a lot of coaching and consulting in my own digital products is I lived in the creative trap. I was always like, okay, this month, what am I going to offer? Right. And I found myself like spending so much time creating new things. And oftentimes I wouldn't even sell them, meaning like I wouldn't put the energy into selling them because I was creating them more out of a love. Right. But then I never made space in my business to sell them until one day I had a big wake up call. And I'm like, Steph, this is stupid. You are spending more time creating, right, than you are selling, and your business is reflecting it. And unfortunately, unlike me, right, where I was at least making money, there are people that live in that and they never get their business off the ground because they keep trying to create and perfect, right? And they never just lock in on one thing, all right? The millionaires out there, the ultra successful businesses will tell you, right, from zero to like your first million, one product. And they just get out there every single day talking about it, mastering your communication, mastering your message, building up your brand, right? Getting people to know you, right? Becoming influential in the lives of others. Like all of the, just getting out there, and actually building up this thing that you're doing, right? Versus flip-flopping every couple of months and having like a flavor of the month. That was another big downfall of my business throughout the years as well. When I started doing 80,000, 90,000, over 100,000 a year, it's because I was settled in. And it's because every single day I had one simple thing that I was talking about, that I was sharing, that I was creating promotions around, that I was mentoring through, like everything, all the ways that I wanted to support people, I was supporting them through that one thing. I didn't have to create a coaching offer to coach people. I just said, join me in this biz op and you can get added coaching. Join me in this biz op and you can get added training. Join me in this biz op and you can join me on this workshop I'm going to do next week. Right? I got very, very clever with how I added value to my business, but it was all through one door. Right? And that, I'm telling you, over the years, that's how I made the most amount of money, is always just the focus of one. All right. And then number 3, y'all let me know if this is helping so far. All right. Number 3, you got to get out and open your doors daily by using any social media platform or content platform to promote yourself and your product. All right. You got to get out there every single day, opening your doors. You can choose any social media platform and or content platform, right? And you're doing exactly what I said above, right? You are talking about, you are sharing, and you are selling every single day. That is honestly how easy this gets to be. That's it. That is it. So for those that I know, they're like ready to give up, They're conceding to failure. They think that it's hard. It's because they've either not considered that this is all they have to do, or they're making the steps way too hard. They're spending months trying to learn a capture page. They're spending months trying to perfect a sales page. Again, because what are they doing? They're trying all of these things from scratch. They're not following something that's essentially been done for them. It's like instead of investing into a McDonald's franchise, they're trying to get out there and prove that their hamburger recipe, right, can compete with Burger King, McDonald's, and all these other companies, right? And they're trying to make it hard because they're trying to start their McDonald's restaurant, their hamburger restaurant from scratch, right? Versus just investing right into a done for you model where all you got to simply do is come in and make it your own. Just like a normal franchise, you come in, you learn right from their blueprint, and you make it your own. Your location, you're still following, like you're still selling their products, right? But it's yours, right? And that's exactly what we offer, right? With the turnkey system, is that you have the opportunity to learn so that you're never held back by what you don't know when it comes to digital marketing or the business of online business. And there are far too many people that are just held back. And that's why I'm so stern in my business now. I'm like, no, you're not going to ask me 1,000 questions. You're going to invest $500 because it is nothing to make sure that you are set up with everything that you need from here moving forward to learn and develop and to become self-sufficient. And let me tell y'all should be the same way. No, I'm not going to answer a gazillion questions. This is where you can go to get all of the answers that you need, right? Because you have everything here that can take you from knowing nothing to 6 figures, right? If you just follow the process, right? Y'all, there are some people that come into the roadmap and they'll go through the entire course, right? And then get set up. There's nothing wrong with that. Honestly, I think it's very, very smart. And then there are other people, a lot of the people that I refer to that are like ready to go, I tell them exactly where to go so they can actually get set up really, really quickly, right? And be like on their way to making money, right? In less than a month's time. So now you're actually set up to earn, right? And you can begin learning at the exact same time while you're out there, right? On your chosen platform, talking about why other people need this, sharing your experiences, sharing your journey, right? Letting people know why they need this, all those individual things. And then you can simply commit 30 minutes to 45 minutes an evening or a day, right? Learning something specific that you want to learn about, that you want to begin mastering, right? And just being able to do it all within one place. All right. Learning how to do it all within one place. So just know, if you are serious about starting an online business, growing an online business, and having an online business that can be a true asset, there are a lot of things that you can do where you're not building an asset. Steph, what do you mean by that? Just because you're making money with something doesn't make it an asset. I was making over $100,000 a year with Pure Profit Pro. And I looked up one day and all of my people started emailing me saying, our links are dead, our links are dead. So what do you mean our links are dead? I thought they meant like with my own marketing system. And Pure Profit Pro had turned off the business and never told anyone. We had no heads up, no nothing, no communication, just shut it down. So I could have looked at that and said, wow, that was an asset. No, that was a platform that I was using. I didn't own it. I didn't control it. I could do nothing beyond what that platform and what that owner allowed me to do. My business was literally in his hands, clearly. If someone could take it away just like that and cut off my earning potential, and the only way I could continue earning is if I go out there and find something else to promote. But literally all ties were cut off there. That's clearly not an asset, right? Why the roadmap? Why the blueprint, right? Makes you such an asset, right? And why they are both assets in your business and in your life is that you invest in them and you get to, number one, learn from them. You become better. If you never decided to sell the blueprint to earn $100, if you never decided to sell the roadmap and earn $500, you become better because you have knowledge, right? And you have insight that you would not have ordinarily had without consuming both of those products. And you can actually take what you learn from both of those and go make money in anything else that you have the desire to make money from. There are not a whole lot of learn and earn opportunities out there that can really honestly say that. They can't really honestly say they could stand all by themselves without having a license, allowing people to refer other people. We can with both. So the asset is that you actually get to own both as well. Meaning the blueprint, you get to download that onto your computer. And you have instructions on actually how you can edit it and make it your own if you want to. That blueprint, if you are also part of the roadmap, can also make $500 sales for you, right? Because you can decide to replace my link in it with your link or with anything else that you want to make money with. So you literally own that. Even if you don't want to make money, right, from the $100 income system, you can still make money and leverage that blueprint, right, in other ways inside of your business. With the roadmap, you don't just get course login. You actually have the ability to be able to download the entire course and own it. So if you ever wanted to do something different, if you didn't want to refer people to the actual community, you could actually refer them to your own community. And guess what? There are people that have actually done that. They've downloaded the files, they're out there selling it, but they bring people into their own community exclusively, totally aside from the actual roadmap community. So it's a real asset. It's not something that you're investing in for as long as the owners want to do this thing. No, you are investing, right, to actually have ownership in something. That's huge, right? That's absolutely huge. So if you do want to learn if you want to commit to getting started faster, this is the path. Like, this is the way to do it. All right. And just like I said earlier, in case anyone missed it, tomorrow I start private mentorship with all of those that are part of the roadmap, right, that want to have private mentorship with me. All right. This is literally, I'm not offering this again, not for free. Right? So if you're like, Steph, it makes so much sense of, number one, the investment all by itself, $500, like all by itself, where you get the entire course. You're going to learn everything from the foundation of digital marketing, automation and tools, how to set up your automations and tools, a done-for-you complete money-getting system, a done-for-you course that you get to sell for $500. Right? A license to be able to give other people access to the course in that exact same nature. You're going to learn about how to brand yourself and how to build up your brand. You're going to learn about effective messaging and content creation. You're going to learn about selling and making money on social media. You're going to learn about the various platforms that you can actually leverage online to help you in growing your business. You're going to learn about search engine optimization, keywords, and blogging. Right? There are so many things that you're going to learn, right? Some things you may never apply to your business, or maybe not right now, but it's all there at your disposal to actually learn from. So you literally get to learn and you get to get set up for online business success. Oh, and I forgot, we have a complete training program on how to turn a passion right into a digital product and your own business as well. And then on October 18th, right, we have 2.0 that's coming, which is a completely new version of all the information that's been re-recorded, everything that you're going to get instant access to as well. So you'll actually end up having two, right, programs that you'll be able to learn from and that you'll be able to leverage as well. All right. So if you do want information and you want to get started, the link is down below in the description, right? If you decide to get started, all right, and you want to take advantage of the private mentorship, all you got to do is enroll. And then send me over an email and let me know that you want to be a part of the private mentorship that's going down between Monday all the way through the end of the month. We're on a daily basis. You are going to get one-on-one access to me for feedback, for guidance, right, and for mentorship. All right. And I'm going to be sending out all the details tonight, right, based upon all the people that have told me they want to be a part of this. All right. And if you guys have any questions whatsoever, right, all you got to do again is go down and goprowithsteph.com. Go ahead and opt in to learn more. Go through the information. And if you have any questions, just hit reply on any email that you may have received from me, and you will get a personal response back from me. You guys, I'm not sure what like your income goals are, but I really want you to think about what it is that you want. All right. These are conversations I'm having a lot more of, in my daily mentorship lessons that I send out, to my little crew. But it's really important that you really start, getting in alignment with what it is that you want, and that you start seriously getting on your way to accomplishing those things, like taking those steps, right? If that means investing, invest in yourself. Right? Fact of the matter is, we've all invested way more into things that have given us way less value. But invest in yourself. And then decide to actually do something with that which you invest in. Settle in, decide to learn, right? Decide to apply what you're learning directly to your business. Like, allow this to be an opportunity to literally expand and grow, not just yourself, but also your bank account. Over my 16 years, there's been so many instances where, because I decided that I did incredible things to my bank account in such a small period of time. And so I want to encourage you to really lock in what it is that you want, to not think about online business or digital marketing or any of these things maybe in the same light that you've looked at them before, based upon, other people's information, or, outdated stuff or janky opportunities. But I really want you to look at like what you get when you invest in this way. And there's not a whole lot of things out there that honestly say once you invest, you have ownership. And most things that you invest into, you still are at the mercy of the person that owns the program. I just saw this go down. A company that's been running perfectly fine. And I was so close to actually joining them prior to doing this, because I actually know the person that's over it. But then they decided to add on something completely different to their model, which honestly just confuses the whole brand, confuses the whole situation. And you have to ask yourself, why? Do we do these things as a money grab? Why do we, again, and for me, I'm telling y'all, because I'm in such alignment with what I want, like I can recognize like what's truly in alignment for my brand, for what I want to stand for. I don't take these things very lightly at all at the age of 49, because I don't have time, right, to monkey around, to get it wrong. I'm not in here for the biz op vibe. I'm in here to teach people how to legitimately own, right, their own online business. And to do that, we've got to develop the skills, right, to pay the bills forever. And we want to make sure that we are investing our money, in such a way where we are like literally setting ourselves up with assets that no one can ever take away from us. So when you invest in the roadmap, when you invest in the blueprint, not only are you developing skills that no one can ever take away, and knowledge that no one can ever take away, like you are made more valuable just by consumption. But then no one else can ever take away the actual opportunity that you've invested into, right? Because you get to own it. Like you legitimately get to own it. That's just absolutely powerful to me. Right? And so you guys, in closing, like this is why I spend like every single day, right, sharing the same message in the same way, right? Because I want to make sure you get it. I want to make sure you understand it. I want to make sure you understand how simple it can be. And I want to encourage you that if you're someone that you've thought about giving up, or you're like, oh my gosh, like this has been so much harder than I thought it would be, I just want to let you know there's no shame in deciding to take a different approach. There's so many ways that you can skin a cat. There's so many ways that you can get the job done. I literally decided to change my business model because I wanted something different. And I have a successful coaching business. I have a successful consulting business, right? I'm taking limited amount of clients into 2024. Everything else when it comes to my energy and what I'm focused on is my digital marketing business. I I could have just simply said, Steph, you're doing so well with this. Like, it makes no sense, but it makes complete sense. It makes complete sense to me. I'm not going to hang on to something, right, where I feel like I'm forcing, or it's not where I want to be anymore. And here's the funny thing about that. When I got in complete alignment and gave myself full permission to move in this way, it's so funny how everything that I do, it feels so incredibly light. It feels like so incredibly like the vibe, the energy, the synergy, everything. It's just so incredibly light. It's like, this is exactly where I know I'm supposed to be. And so maybe that could be an inspiration, right? For you sitting out there, if you feel like you've been trying to force something. And I've seen it, y'all, with some of the people I've been trying to work with. I've seen how it's like they have spent they've almost spent a year trying to gain clarity. And what I really get out of that is you've been trying to convince yourself that this is what you should sell. And so for me, it does get really scary to know that some people could be setting themselves up, right, like for failure, because the approach is off with why we are deciding to do certain things. So I really hope that by, sharing what I shared today, like if you're wanting to get started in your own online business, like you're like, Steph, I want to make a lot of money in 2024, heck, in these final 3 months, right? I want to make a lot of money. You can. Right? You absolutely can. But at some points, the thing is, I know that a lot of us are very much so wired with like the employee mentality, right? The word should, right? We operate more from a place of should versus what we want. Becoming an entrepreneur is like your opportunity to say, like, this is how I want to do it. Can I tell y'all something? Like, that's why we have the roadmap. It's because the owner didn't like a lot of the things that she saw going on out there. And instead of just saying, well, I guess I got to pick something to do and just, do it, she's like, I'll figure it out. And that's how she created this. She created something that she knew would really, really be helpful for people. And like myself, her and her husband, they take the road that's less traveled because they really do want to create a better experience for people online. I could so jive with their message. That's me. I want to create a better experience. I want to create a better outcome. I want people to know the truth about what it actually takes to succeed. Because most people don't have the truth. And so if you enjoy this kind of message, if you like where I'm going, definitely do subscribe. Definitely click on notification. If you want to get the information in your hand and you want to definitely stay in the know, go to goprowithsteph.com. My message is not going to change. The program's not going to change. What I'm doing is not going to change. So if you're kind of on the fence or on the outside looking in, right, definitely feel free. Shoot me over an email, right? Don't shoot me over an email to be convinced, because I don't do that. But shoot me over an email if you just have a question, right? And you know that you want to take advantage of this. Like, this is the time. You know this is the kind of opportunity that you need to lock into, right? To help you, right? Begin to get to the places you want to go in your life. And I would love for you to take advantage now so you can get access, right, to the daily, the private mentorship with me starting tomorrow all the way through the end of the month. Right? You'll be able to get feedback and guidance, and you ask me questions like every single day, right? You are going to get access to help you in any area of your business that you may need help in. All right. So if you're in the roadmap / turnkey system, just let me know if you want to be a part of that. If you're not in, get in, and then email me and say, Steph, put me in for the mentorship as well. All right. I really hope you guys are leaving better. Again, there truly is a faster way to online business success. The question is, do you want that faster way? Right? Do you want that faster way? And let me tell you something. Everything else is is so much more costly. Not only the financial investment, but also the time spent in frustration. Like, I am so believing, like, there are going to be $1 million businesses in 2024 because of the decisions that are being made with this. But I already know for me, like that's my focus. I've seen way too many examples of people doing incredible things. And I've never had the mind and the mindset and the understanding and the capacity for earning like I do now, which is also a really fine bonus, right? That you get when you work with me in this way, is that all the mindset work that I do, right? Like it's extra stuff you get from me. These are things that make a difference in the way that you show up and attack your business, right? It's not just in the doing. It's in so much more as well. So like that's an extra bonus you get, right? With my Get Paid Daily online community, the mentorship lessons that go down in there, what's happening right now on a daily basis, right? All of these things, right? They increase your capacity for actually earning, because the present person, not $1 million business. You've got to become that person. That is a work in progress, right? That is a work in progress. So I help you with that as well, right? Through all the extra things that I do, right, for my community members. So again, get plugged in. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. The link is down below in the description. I'm going to be hanging out for a little bit. I got to send these emails out to everyone that's doing the daily mentorship with me. Again, if you have any questions, again, just hit me up. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited for where we're going, why we are going here, and all of the lives, that we have to impact, right? I want to inspire you and I want to empower you to start really, really taking charge, because the fact of the matter is, when you decide to stand for what we do here, you just don't know who's out there desiring this. And because you decide to take a stance and you decide to create the message, that you're the reason they decide to get started. You guys, I see it time and time again in my business. I have, my old heads that have been hanging out with me for a long time that are like, okay, Steph, I'm coming on board. And then I have people that, will find me one day and get started the next day. Y'all, that's available to you too. It's available to you too. And I would love to be the mentor in your corner, right? To help you even more, right? With this incredible opportunity and all of the information, all right? So have a great night, you guys. I will definitely see you guys back tomorrow. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me via email. I'll be hanging out for a little bit, about another hour or so, sending out the details to everyone that's doing the private mentorship. Plan for your productive week and decide to make this like your best week in business yet. All right. Have a great night, you guys. Bye-bye.